I'm Paul Ansell, and I went to Portsmouth Polytechnic between 1971 and 1975, which included a final year as Basketball Student Union. We lived in George Street, and one of the people I lived with was this person here, who's going to introduce himself to you.
So my name's Des Hurley, and I lived in George Street, number 22 George Street. And there were a number of people who lived in the house, and we had it was a funny time. Lots of really good people lived there. So we're going to do some names now. People like Gerald Baker, Rich Pauls, Rob Silverstone, Roger Gravel, Dave Keir.
And Dave Keir.
What did he?
Dave Keir and Dave
Keir. That was before. Yeah. I was there for 2 years. Paul was there for quite a bit longer.
Dave Keir wasn't there for very long, only a few nights, I think.
Yeah. And what we remember is a lot of politics and a lot of music and some studying. And a lot of laughing and fooling around.
Yeah,
general.
Really, yeah.
And so we were talking about, one of the things we talked about was actually going back to Portsmouth and visiting various locations and just having a laugh really. It's all light-hearted and fun really. So it's been good, but it's been funny as well because we left. I haven't seen Paul until today, 31 and a half years. I haven't seen Chris.
I to come and poke your head in camera.
Chrissy was, again, a big feature in the house, Chrissy, because one of the things that we used to do was when she was away in the week, we would be planning wind-ups on her when she came. And Paul would be joining in on this.
I don't remember this.
He's saying he doesn't, but we did,
I don't remember either.
No, but you wouldn't have realised.
Because we were winding you up.
We didn't tell you. We were just tell her this, it'll be really funny. Yeah, so we would do all that sort of stuff as well. So well, Chrissy was a big feature of it. She was there a lot, and so she remembers all the people and a lot of the events.
It was the worst house I've ever lived in.
Another big feature of the house was the toilet at the end of the garden.
The bath
it actually became a smaller and smaller feature as the years went on because the various bricks would fall off and bits of roof and door and so on.
And then the water started dripping down.
Yeah, it's a very refreshing place to go to the toilet in the summer.
Self-flushing.
Yeah. And. But the house, yes, it was a dump. It really was not a good building, but in fact, it was very good because
the cover of the student newspaper at the time, Facts. It's at the time when Sally Refin was overthrown as president.
I remember her resigning in the meeting.
And there she is down there, saying "Et tu, Terry," and I think there's Bill Owen and Bernard Massey and Terry Pearson. Adrian Black's there. And that's Pete Owen.
It's quite a good drawing.
Yeah, very good drawing, yeah.
So that was a big feature.
Andy Durgan.
Yeah.
Bob Fitzpatrick. Yeah. All these people got things in here.
So it's a big feature. The Students' Union and the politics and all that sort of stuff. It's a big feature at the time. And absolutely. A lot of happy memories. And what's interesting is, I was saying to Paul in an email recently that, you go through your life with friendships, and some of those friendships have been at least the equal or better than friendships I've gone on to develop, and yet they all got lost. Earlier this year, June, July?
Yeah, at that time I got in touch with Rich Pauls as well.
That's right.
And I did actually see Rich in London.
Yeah.
We had a drink together on Millbank and had an excellent time. And we hope to get together again. In fact, we were only saying earlier, it's a good idea if you can get several people together, because each person can only remember so much. So, so you complement each other's memories
and amplify them
and get a bigger picture then. And also, Des's slant on things can be quite different from my own. I think Des's memories of Portsmouth in general are probably a bit more pleasant than mine. I mean, I didn't hate the place or anything, but I looked at it. I think I didn't have any money, and it was all. Well, we both remember Portsmouth being a grey place, and we were surprised to find in some of the old colour slides I'd got, the sun was out. We always remember it being grey and grim.
Yeah, that's right, and cloudy and all this. And these photographs that Paul's sent on an email have got beautiful sunlight, and that's been quite a revelation, really. Didn't expect.
If anyone watching this was involved in the George Street scene in the mid-1970s, perhaps you'd like to email me on ansell35@aol.com, and I'll email you the photos.
Yeah, you should see them. They're really funny. American targets and some interesting faces. No names, but if we ever see you, we'll start talking about these names. It's amazing.
Right, should we wrap it up
yeah,
there?
wrap it up.
Okay, bye.
Take it easy.